them while these two battle for the win here in the C main.
Well, in the restart.
Oh, big trouble in turns 1 and 2. One car flipping violently, others still getting involved.
Looked like Jason Martin, I believe, in the 36, the red car.
And I believe that's PJ Chesson's 55K. The black car.
Also the.
It looks like the 10 in there as well. Is that Rager Phillips? Or the 10C, Jeremy Campbell.
Jeremy Campbell.
And there's Campbell's car right there.
Well, actually, that's
Phillips.
Phillips, yep. And the 10C was the other car in the corner.
Right, that one there, the black one to your left.
Yep, and the blue car there, we can't get a number on that one.
So they're going to be a minute to clean this one up here in turns 1 and 2. We'll take a quick break here at the Knoxville Nationals, and we'll be right back live on Speed. Welcome back to Knoxville, where we are under our first red flag of the night.
Jason Martin, tough luck. Get a replay.
Watch PJ Chesson's car, the black 55. That's where it starts.
Loses right in front of you. You can see Jason Martin nowhere to go. Hits him right there. Jason Martin, a tough season. Started out the season breaking his neck. Missed the first 3 months of the season. It's been an up and down, definitely season there as he gets upside down, several cars included.
Well, let's touch base now with Tony Bachhoven.
Well, Jason, this is definitely not how you wanted to end your Nationals. Tell us what happened.
That 55 car, PJ Chesson spun out right in front of me. I didn't have nowhere to go. It's so fast around the top. The car was really great. Nos Energy drinking, all these guys, Mafia Motorsports gave me a great car. We was going to the front. Just everybody makes mistakes, I guess, but he spun out and I didn't have nowhere to go. It's just so fast on the top. When you're committed, you're done.
It's been such a tough season for you. How important was that transfer spot tonight?
Man, we were so fast, and we just had some bad breaks there early in the Thursday night. We just had bad breaks. We had 2 restarts. We should have been locked into the A main if the first 2 starts would have went. So just bad luck every night. But what do? We'll come back next year. Hopefully, we'll change our luck.
There's PJ Chesson's car coming back in on the hook. Brad, you can see how it just eats at these drivers if the night doesn't go the way they had dreamed about, thought about, and prepared for all season long.
That's what we talked about in the open of the show. They do. They work so hard for this event. A lot of them call it, everything else is hot laps leading up to the Knoxville Nationals. And to have your night end like that, it's so frustrating because there's nothing he can do there.
What we'll do now is line up once again behind Brooke Tatnall. And the top 5 changed a little bit. Tatnall, Hodenshield, and Deweese have all stayed the same. Jason Sides moves up 1, and Trevor Green now in the 11 AU slides up in the top 5, but remember, just the top 2 transfer.
Well, and that's the guy right there. Oh, we look at 10C of Jeremy Campbell in the work area.
Now they get an opportunity to work on the car for a brief period of time to try to get the car back into the race.
Yeah, they get 2 laps to get this car back out here. By the time it gets back to the work area, try to get a report of what kind of damage is to that car, but you'll see several different crew members chip in. See some of Darren Pittman's crew actually in there that get in there and try to help get these cars back out on the racetrack.
Here comes the 12 car back out as well. Clinton Jeffrey.
Now he was involved in that first lap down the back straightaway. I don't know if part of this going to the work area or if he was actually involved in the second one as well, but
Brian Brown is coming up in tonight's B main event. He's starting on the pole, and Dave Argerbright, he has certainly got to be a huge favorite in that B main.
That's absolutely right, Ralph. For a long time, Brian Brown, as a young racer, was known more as the nephew of Danny Lasowski, but he's done a great job the last couple years carving out his own career. How do you feel about this B main? Can you make it?
I definitely think we have a very great shot. We didn't have our best performance on our qualifying night, but we ran pretty good last night, and we have that McKenna Truck Center Maxim working real good now. I'm in the best spot in the house. I start on the pole. All I got to do now is just keep those other 23 guys behind me. So I think we'll be good to go.
You're a Knoxville regular. You run here every week. What would it mean to you as a Knoxville guy to run here all the time to win this race tonight?
It would be huge. But first, before you win it, you got to make it. So that's our first goal, is to try to get in. Then maybe if we can get in, we'll maybe try to broaden our horizons a little bit. But I've been coming here since I've been 3 or 4 years old, and this place means a lot to me. I just want to get in the show and show everybody we can do it.
As he said, he's got the best seat in the house for this B main on the pole.
Spent many, many years just working on the crew of Uncle Danny's ride and taking a beating from the guys on the crew about the little kid hanging around scraping mud. And maybe Brian Brown will be a Knoxville Nationals winner before the night is over. Getting set to go back to green in the C main event. The bottom to try to get around Tackle. Still can't get the job done.
He had a good run there, Ralph, but coming off of turn 2, he's stuck in the middle of the racetrack where it was slick. I'm sure he had a lot of wheel spin there, and it let the 8 car of Tatnall pick back away from him. Now it looks like maybe, well, like sides closing on Deweese there around the bottom of the racetrack.
That sides in that white 7. There's Calvin Landis in the red number 70. Landis sits in 6th position, battling with Trevor Green.
He started about mid-pack, so he's been coming, Ralph.
Watching the field now as they storm down the backstretch. And now look,
Sides getting to the inside of Deweese there. Now, look how hard these guys are battling for 3rd spot. Anything can happen in front of them. This isn't a transfer spot, but you never want to give up. Anything can happen when these cars in front of them break or have a problem. Jason Sides sitting there in 3rd could, find himself either in the lead or running 2nd. Now Deweese is battling back.
But Sides bobbled on the bottom, and it almost opened the door for Lance Deweese in that orange and white 25 and the green numerals to slide around and retake the spot as Sides in the white 7S works the bottom. And Brad, this is a great showing of how the 2 different lines work so differently. The top is much faster, you can stay wide open, but on the bottom it's a shorter distance, but you got to know how to work the gas and the brake at the same time.
Absolutely, it's a lot farther around the top, but you can see right there, any little mistake. Deweese a little bit off the cushion right there. Basically, these guys back here battling, all the caution flags out, but these guys battling does help the 2 leaders maybe get away.
We got one around over in turn number 1 and 2. That's the 35M of Dennis Moore. For his 2nd time tonight, he's had some problems.
Yeah, we saw him stop earlier, and troubles just continue for him as he's turned around here in the middle of 1 and 2.
And he's still bouncing back from injury, too. He had a very serious shoulder injury. Talking to him earlier in the week, not exactly 100% yet, but getting stronger every day.
Yeah, he was out for a long time, very serious injury, and had several surgeries and things that set him back, and that works on you. I don't care who you are as a driver, just even when the pain goes away, sometimes you still might think about it, but he's had a hard time with coming back, and boy, his troubles continue tonight.
Well, and with his 2nd spin, he should automatically be sent into the infield, so that'll pretty much end Dennis Moore Jr.'s attempt at this year's Knoxville Nationals. Tony Bachhoven has found another driver hoping for glory here tonight.
Well, PJ, your Knoxville Nationals kind of ended up like your first try at Indy 500. You've been away for a while. Tonight you come back and bad luck again.
Oh, I thank you so much. It's as nice as Rusty's compliment to me. I don't know. We've had a little bit of a problem tonight getting the car to turn for me, but that's not a big deal. Tony Vermeer has given me an amazing opportunity to come out here and do this, and I'm really glad I could come and do it. So fans here are awesome. This place is great, so we're just going to sit back, drink some beer, and watch the races.
It's been a while since you've been in a sprint car. Did you miss it enough, and now you're ready to get back in it full time, or will we see you switching back and forth?
I'm going to be in IndyCar for the next couple of years, but as many times as I can be here, I'm going to be back here.
Brad, I think that sums it all up, too, because what PJ just said there, it's the same reason why we've seen Casey Kane here this week walking through the pit area, and Tony Stewart's here every year. If you've been here, if you've raced here, it gets in your blood quickly. You get it, and you can't not come back.
It's definitely hard to just walk away from it, and these guys, as you heard, PJ would like to come back. It's been a couple of years, and glad to have these guys back and be part of this sport.
And no slouch, too, returning to the cockpit, because just to come to Knoxville and just to get into the C main, an incredible accomplishment for PJ Chesson.
Absolutely, got a lot of good cars, didn't make it even that far. Was a little surprised there, Ralph. Brooke Tatnall went in the middle of the racetrack.
And here comes Hodenshield, the one they call the Wild Child. Jack Hodenshield on the bottom in the black 35. And Jason Sides and Lance Deweese battle side by side for 3rd. Give the edge at this point to Sides in the white 7. of it.
When I said I was surprised by Tatnall going in the middle like that, usually, you know, when it get running on a cushion or the bottom, but he may have thought that Hodgson was right on him and he wasn't sure where he was going to go, and maybe at the last minute Tatnall changed his mind and got kind of stuck in the middle as he entered the corner.